our school's division superintendent, Ma'am Loida Nerea, to our 3 ASDSS, Ma'am Lynn Padillo, Ma'am Kekel Ferro, and Sir Lauro Miliano, to our CID Chief, Ma'am Maribel Berha, to our division coordinators in Araling Panlipunan for Elementary, Ma'am Ana Calisura, and for Secondary, Ma'am Rosemary Miranya, to our PSDSS and schools principals who are attending today, to participants and guests. A pleasant day to all of you. I am Abegael S. Arindaeng, a senior high school teacher 3 from Dalipay High School. Today, I will discuss to you about the SLM and LAS layout and illustrations. At the end of the session, you will be able to perform the following. First, edit self-learning module layout and icons. Edit learning activity sheets, layout and icons, and add page number. For the SLM page layout, the paper size should be A4 with a default margin of 1 inch or 2.54 centimeter on all sides. The spacing of the paragraph and sentences must be in multiple at 1.15, and the font style for the content is Arial, for the cover is Bookman Old Style. This is the cover page layout for Bicol Culture. On the upper left corner of the cover page, you will see the grade level indicator. And on the right corner is the DepEd logo. At the center, you will see the name of the subject with a font size of 38 and font style of Bookman Old Style. It is followed by the quarter and module number with a font size of 26 and font style of Bookman Old Style. Then we have the standard cover illustration for the subject. At the bottom, you will see the DepEd seal of the Region 5. And lastly, the government property logo at the bottom right corner. For the typography of the content, the lesson title or heading must be in the font size of 15. The subheading is in font size of 13, and the body text is in font size of 12 in justified alignment. For the subject of Bicol Culture, this is the standard cover illustration. You see in the illustrations, the famous icons that represents the provinces. We have the SLM icons for Bicol Culture. Each icons represents the different parts of this SLM, such as panimula, layunin, talahulugan, balikan, tuklasin, at panimulang pagsubo. Mga gawain sa pagkatuto, pagyamanin, pagsasanay 1, 2, and 3. Isa-isip, isa-gawa, pangwakas na pagsubok, karagdagang gawain. Karagdagang gawain sa pagbasa o pagsulat, susi sa pagwawasto, at sanggunian. We also have characters that represents the teachers and the students. For the learning activity sheet, page design and layout, the paper size should also be A4 with a margin of 1 inch or 2.54 on all sides. The sentence and paragraph spacing is multiple at 1.15. The font style is in Arial with a font size of 14 for the grade 1 to 3, 12 for grade 4 to 10, and 12 also for the senior high school. Then, the size of the icon is 2.5 cm in height. This is the page design and layout of the learning activity sheets. For the header, use division logo and name if the last is division initiated. If not, use school logo and name. On the title of the last, indicate the last number To be precise, write the quarter number and lesson number. Then, the name of the students, learning area, and the date and week numbered based on the map. Then, we have the first part of the last, which is the most essential learning competencies, as objective with its code. Here are the icons for the learning activity sheets for the secondary, in English and Tagalog form. You will use the proper icon based on the medium of instruction used in the subject area. Each icon represents the parts of the last, such as most essential learning competencies or pinakamahalagang kasanayang pampagkatuto. Overview o pangkahalatang ideya, activities or mga gawain, reflection. Then we also have rubric for scoring, rubric sa pagpupuntos, answer key, susi sa pagwawasto, reference, o sanggunian. We also have separate icons for elementary learning activity sheets, which also represents its part. The difference between them is the icons, which represents the kind of students. For elementary, we have the pupils. For the secondary, we have the students. The following are some suggestions on improving your layout of the self-learning modules. First, do not insert the watermark as picture behind text. Because it will affect the readability of the text, you have to refer to the guide in adding watermark. Minimize the use of images and boxes, especially if its purpose is for decoration. It will increase the size of the file and affect the speed of downloading. This will also consume ink when printing. Then, make the front cover elements such as grade level identifier, violator, module title, DepEd logo, etc. editable. Avoid inserting the module cover as a picture. Avoid putting text in a box filled with a dark color, such as in the figure A. It will increase the size of the file. This will affect the speed of downloading and consume more ink during printing. Make the header and subheader simple, such as in the figure B. If necessary, a text box with color must be proportioned to the length of the text to minimize the size of the file and also to save ink when printing. The module number and title in the cover must appear consistently in the copyright page and other parts of the document. Do not put space or blank before the number for the pre-test and post-test. Now, how to add page number. First, open a Word document. Click Insert in the Ribbon tab, then click Page Break at the left side of the Ribbon tab. Then, select Layout. Click the drop-down menu beside Breaks. Click Next Page. Then, next, click the following in the Ribbon tab. First is the Insert, Page Number, Bottom Page Number, then select Plain Number 2. Then, format the page number with a font of Arial and font size of 12 and click OK button. Delete the page number of the page above the page where you inserted the page number. To delete unnecessary page number, then delete the blank page. Put the cursor at the upper corner of the blank page, then press Delete until the blank page has been deleted.
Paano maglagay ng page number sa ating Word document? Para dito sa ating self-learning module, ang cover page, tsaka ang copyright page, ay wala dapat page number. Ang page number 1 ay magsisimula dito sa introduction part ng ating module. So, ang una po nating step, ilagay ang cursor dito sa page kung saan natin gustong lumitaw ang page number 1. Then, click Layout, click Break, click Next Page. Mapapansin po niyo, may bagong page na na-insert. Then, to continue, lagay po natin ang ating cursor sa footer ng Word document o yung page ng Word document kung saan gusto natin ilagay yung page number 1. I-double click lang yung footer. And then, i-click ang link to previous para mahiwalay siya doon sa cover page tsaka sa copyright page. And then, click page number, click bottom of page, click plain number 2. Okay. So, mapapansin po nyo, gusto natin ditong na lumitaw ay page number 1, hindi page 4. Page 4 po ang nakalagay dyan kasi nakalink pa po siya dito sa ating cover page at saka sa copyright page. Then, format, page number. Gusto natin siyang mag-start sa 1. Okay. And then, highlight. Click home. I-format natin yung font ng page number natin. Make it Arial black para mas visible siya. And font size 12. Click bold. And then, click natin yung body text. Double click. Okay. So, mapapansin po natin, page number 1, na ito yung introduction part. Followed by page number 2. Sa introduction, at rather sa cover page, saka sa copyright page, wala siyang page number. Ngayon, meron siyang na-insert na blank page. Paano natin siya i-delete or alisin? Double-click dun sa blank page. Then, click blank, back, or delete. Okay, so nawala na po yung blank page natin. Paano maglagay ng watermark dito sa ating Word document? Kailangan ng ating self-learning module ay meron siyang watermark na nagpapatunay na ang ating ibibigay sa mga bata na self-learning module ay validated. So, click natin po dito sa design, click watermark, custom watermark, tick the picture watermark, then select work offline, and then magbabrowse po tayo dito sa ating document. Dapat meron po tayong nakasave or copy ng watermark. Picture, asan ka na? Ito. Then, tick natin po itong wash out. Click apply. Okay. Then, close. So, meron na po tayong watermark sa ating Word document. Iwasan po natin na ilagay ang ating watermark as picture behind text. Kasi gagalaw po siya once na in-edit natin ang ating Word document. So, dapat lagay natin siya as watermark.
Next is the evaluation tool for design and layout. This tool will be used by the layout artist in assessing the instructional materials such as the LAS, the SLM, and RBI script. It can be done by individual report or team report. So need to input the necessary informations such as the learning area, grade level, and title. For the instruction, first, carefully read the learning resources or the LR page by page. To evaluate the LR for compliance to standards indicated in the criterion items under the 4 factors. Put a check mark in the appropriate columns beside each criterion items. If your answer is no, cite specific pages, briefly indicate the errors found, and give your recommendations in the attached summary of findings, corrections, and review forms. Write not applicable or NA for criterion items that does not apply in the LR evaluated. Based on the number of criterion, items marked yes under each factor, mark the appropriate column to indicate the LR complied or not the standards. For factors with items marked not applicable, count the total applicable criterion items and multiply this with 70% to determine the cutoff for compliance. There are 4 factors to be evaluated in your instructional materials such as your LAS, SLM, and RBI script. The first factor is the physical attributes. For the cover page, first, cover art is appropriate, relevant, and interesting. Use single art design or picture for the cover. Using a collage of cover art or pictures is highly discouraged. That's why we use the standard cover picture for our SLM in Biculture. Number 2, cover elements are correct and complete, such as grade indicator, learning area, book title and type, cover art, different text entries, spine entries, back cover entries. Front and back covers of AP modules are in the red color. Front matter pages. All necessary elements are complete, such as title page, copyright page, table of content, and introduction or preface. Then, page numbers are set in lowercase, Roman numerals, centered at the bottom of the page. No page numbers on the title and copyright page. Page numbers are in the center bottom of the pages. For inside pages, beginning page of the LR consistently falls on the right-hand page. Pagination is set in Arabic numerals and centered at the bottom of the page. Spaces between letters, words, and paragraphs facilitate reading. Page endings do not end with a hyphenated word or an awkward page turn. For example, there are at least 2 lines of text below a text head at the foot of a page. There is a minimum of only 3 consecutive hyphenated words in a paragraph. Pages have no back breaks, which affects readability. For the back matter pages, it should have useful back matter pages such as glossary, bibliography, index, and appendix. Note that at least 8 criterion items must be marked yes to indicate compliance to this factor. For the second factor, the design and layout, it should be simple and does not distract the attention of the reader. It should be attractive and pleasing to look at. Adequate illustrations in relation to text. Follow the art-text ratio per grade level with K to grade 1. For the kinder to grade 1, it should be 65% to 35%. For grade 2, 60 to 40%. Grade 3, 50 to 50%. 40 or 6 to 60%. For grade 5 to 12, 30 to 70%. Reference of this is the Regional Memo number 36, Series 2020. Then, it should have harmonious blending of elements such as illustrations and text. And it should be suitable to the target user. At least 4 criterion items must be marked yes to indicate the compliance to this factor. Then, for the third factor, the typographical organization, such as the size of the letter, choice of font, use of boldface and italics, etc. The size of the letters is appropriate for the target user. It refers to the Regional Memo number 36, Series 2020. Font style use are appropriate for the target user and easy to read in reference to the Regional Memo number 36, Series 2020. Size of letters and choice of fonts enable the target user to easily identify themes, ideas, and rank them in order of importance. Then, the use of boldface and italics are relevant and appropriate to the text. At least 3 criterion items must be marked yes to indicate the compliance to this factor. For the fourth factor, the visual, such as illustration, photographs, maps, tables, and graphs. It should be supplement the text, clarify the concept topic, and facilitate comprehension. It should be consistently clear in content and detail, relevant to the learner's age, culture, and life situation. Sustain interest and do not distract the learner's attention. Appropriately placed in the page and proportionately drawn in size. Properly labeled and captioned. It should be artistically appealing, simple, and easy to recognize. Realistic and use appropriate color where needed. Colored visuals are set in grayscale for black and white reproduction. Line drawings are not shaded to avoid furry and blotchy printed pages. Illustrations of animals and peoples are facing inside the page. Illustrations of the process involving separate steps or actions have individual pictures or frame. Take note that at least 9 criterion items must be marked yes to indicate compliance to this factor. The result of the evaluation will lead to the 3 recommendations: minor revision, major revision, or for field validation. For minor revision, this material is found compliant to the minimum requirements of all 4 factors revision based on the recommendation included in the summary of findings, corrections, and review form. And LR with marginal notes must be implemented. If the instructional materials falls in the minor revision, the writer will do just minimal adjustment based on the recommendation. For the major revision, the material is non-compliant to the requirements. So it means that the writer will revise all the content or the design and layout of the instructional materials. Then, if the output does not have any errors, it will proceed for the field validation. This means that the materials is found compliant to all factors with no correction. Then, this is ready for uploading or final validation. Let me end my discussion with the following quotes. An effective instructional materials is a result of elegant but readable font, simple yet meaningful images, colorful and catchy designs. That's it. Thank you and God bless.